Hello everyone, welcome. So today I want to do a quick update on the Iron Odin. The Iron Odin has some leaked Geekbench scores for this, and that's what we'll be going through in this video. Now, if you haven't heard about the Iron Odin, this is a new retro handheld device that has a Snapdragon 845 chip inside, and it had its Indiegogo campaign back in August, September, and they're saying it's going to be shipping in November. At least that's the official word for now. There's also an Odin Lite with a Dimensity 900. Now, there's no leaked Geekbench score for that in this video, but you can go and check out scores of that on the Geekbench website if you want for other Dimensity 900 phones that have that chip inside. But the Odin Lite, that's going to be shipping in December. And so, yeah, we're going to take a look at the Odin Base and Odin Pro scores in this video. Okay, so just before I show you the scores, I want to just go through this blog post from Iron Technologies. This was their Week 7 update on October 9th, and they talked about how they were already looking at working on the overclocks on the Snapdragon 845. So this is under the Odin and Odin Pro. It says here, our software engineers are still working on tackling performance improvements regarding ADC inputs. Once this issue is fully dealt with, we want to make one final effort at finding a higher stable overclock for our device. The kind of change that we want requires a small amount of work from the chip manufacturer, but we are hopeful that they will help us make the necessary changes. A higher overclock may come with added heat generation, but we have reserve space for a bigger, more efficient fan inside Odin if we need to use one. In the same area, we're also working with Qualcomm to improve the DSP on Odin to improve audio quality. So as you can see, they're trying to work with Qualcomm to get a higher overclock on the Snapdragon 845, and most of the time these chips are used for mobile phones, so they don't have any active cooling inside them. So when you pair that up with active cooling like a fan inside the Odin, for example, you're able to achieve higher overclocks, and that's great news for gamers. So in terms of heat generation, they said they're going to put in a bigger fan if it needs one, so that's great news, I think, because a hot device is really uncomfortable to play with, so I hope they don't skimp on the fan. Technically, you could just put in a fan yourself if you really wanted to, because they said they reserve space for a bigger fan. If you like to tinker with your products, well, you could do that. I'm not suggesting people do that, but technically it's possible. Now, the other thing was that I was watching some videos on the Odin. This was for the Odin base, and it was running GameCube, and it was at about 40 degrees while it was running those games. So I think that's not too bad, honestly, because by the time it gets to the outer edges, it's not 40 degrees anymore. It's just 40 degrees for the processor. So it might be like, 30 degrees around the edges where you're holding the device. Alright, I'm going to jump straight into the Discord channel here, and you can see where I got the scores from. This is from the Retro Handhelds device channel, and it's a public channel, so you can go ahead and join that Discord if you like. I'll leave a link in the description below for that. And so these are the scores that were posted from Kirazuki. I'm not exactly sure where he got them from, but they look pretty legit. And this is the first score here. Obviously, this is after they've done the overclock. So I'll show you the scores before they did the overclock as well. Now, this is for October 14, 2021, and the Vulkan score was 2,851. And then the second score was 2,763. So to show you what that looks like in comparison to other phones or other processors, this is around about, let me blow this up a little bit more. This is around about a Qualcomm Snapdragon 855 Plus, I would say. It's not quite a Snapdragon 865 there, that Sony Xperia 1, 2. So that's what it is. It's close to a Snapdragon 855 Plus. So it's kind of like one generation above with that overclock. Now, the scores before were about 2,300, so this is a pretty big boost. So if we were to do the calc on this, so previously on October 12th, their score was 2,358, and 1 month before that, or September 22nd, maybe a couple of weeks before that, it was around 2,300. So this was before that overclock boost. And if you do the math on that, so that's like 2,851 divided by 2358. So with that overclock, you're getting about a 20% boost in performance, and I think that's great news for gamers because I've seen some games running on Dolphin where it could have used a little bit more performance, like F-Zero for example. So this is going to help that for sure. And I've also seen some games running in PS2 as well on Snapdragon 860 chips, like Gran Turismo 4 for example. I'm super excited to try that out and see if that works, because that is a holy grail for me. I've been wanting to play Gran Turismo on a handheld for the longest time, and the PSP version doesn't cut it for me. I gotta play Gran Turismo 4, but I'm excited for this. I hope you guys are excited. This 20% boost in performance is going to really help. Okay, so that's going to be it for me for this one. If you like this video, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel for more videos like this, and I'll see you guys in the next one.